Okay, I haven't found a single video explaining anything about how to have a profit loss report on QuickBooks show anything related to a specific bank account if you have multiple bank accounts within like the last 10 years. Every YouTube video I'm finding is like 10 years old. So I've been trying to do a lot of research, and this is kind of going to be like a lot of me figuring out how to make this profit loss sheet show what I want it to show. Like right now, it's showing all the wrong numbers. I was tasked with showing a profit loss report for each bank account for someone who has different Airbnbs, and they want to see the profit loss report for each different house on their Airbnb account. But this is just kind of showing like the overall, and it's not even showing everything correctly. I did some research on how to split it up, and it basically like says you got to pay more money. So that's kind of the first thing we had to do. And what I mean by that is we have to upgrade it. We had to upgrade our account to the plus version. Okay, so you got to hit this button on the top right, and it shows the name, which I'll blur out, and then manage your Intuit account. So once you've arrived at your Intuit account, you're gonna go down to products and building, click on your account here, and then it should show me, yeah, so I'm on QuickBooks Plus because I had to upgrade. Here are all the plans, just so you can see it. Well, it won't even show me the lower plans, but there's some other plans over here. There's Plus, and then there's Advanced. So it looks like with Plus, I can do 40 combined classes and locations. I don't really know what that means yet. We're about to find out, though. So that's how you upgrade your plan. What the internet has said to do is you hit this gear settings icon up here now, and you go to Accounts and Settings, and then you're gonna go to the Advanced tab over here, and then there's a Categories thing. And this Categories thing will not show up if you're not paying for the Plus or Advanced plan for QuickBooks. But you got to turn on locations or track locations, and it just has the label as business. I'm actually gonna make it property because that makes more sense for what I'm doing, since it's like Airbnbs like per property. Now we got to figure out how to add a location to every single bank transaction on each of these accounts right here. Okay, so what it's saying to do is go to Settings, All Lists, select Locations, select New, enter the bank account. Let's just do house 1. I don't know. So there's 3 houses that I need to do. Let me figure out which house is which real quick. So house 1 is our East-West. 2 is our Chase account. And we'll make our house 3 B of A. Okay, so referring to earlier about the 40 included in the Plus plan, it looks like this should fit because I'm only using 3 locations, and I don't think I'll need more than that. Okay, it's got it in reports. So in the reports, I want to see profit and loss. I just have it saved, but I have it starred, but profit and loss is just literally right here. Now, if I want to see the specific location, I'll go to Customize. Under Columns, we want to have Locations. Well, it says Locations should be here. Okay, let's go back to Reports. Find Report by Name, Profit and Loss by Location. Select the report period, whatever. I'm just gonna do it this year. Oh, look at that, house 3, utilities here. So it's showing that now, and I've only got one thing under a location right now. So let's check and see if I can separate it by account. So let's go into this Chase account, and let's just do a gas and electric bill here. So click on this blue one, add the location to house 2. Save and close. Now we're gonna go back to our profit loss report. Okay, so now it's showing another location thing. So now it shows our net income is negative 300 blah blah blah, just because we've only put one expense in there. So I think this is gonna be a lot of organizing now. I looked into it, there's like a transaction pro thing here that I don't understand, and I can't seem to find any information on, but apparently it's supposed to help you organize all of your bank transactions.
1 hour later.
I don't know, I can't figure out how to do it in like a batch. So I think I'm just gonna have to go in and manually do all the expenses, which is fine. I mean, what, there's 600? I'm just gonna do it manually. It'll probably take me a couple hours. So let's just walk through a couple of these. Right now I'm on the Bank of America account. We've got Pacific Gas and Electric for minus $28. Put it on house 3. So we'll do this one while that loads. Okay, so this is a deposit. Doesn't look like I could put a location on this. Okay, so there's a button here, show payments for this business. This is Bank of America. Let's just check and see. This house 3, okay, nothing happened. Nice. So it looks like it's only doing expenses and income. So I need to treat that deposit as revenue somehow. Okay, so I could do it like That is interesting. So what I did here is I selected the payment. I hit edit. I make the business house 3. This is a deposit. Let's see if that works. So 1543 reports, profit loss, properties. That's what the word was. Run report. Still no. Let's try taking a look at the rule for this. So this is a Airbnb payments DES. That's this rule right here. Let's go into edit. Under the rule, we have a rule that says anything that says Airbnb payments DES, which is this one right here. It assigns it as a deposit, but then there's a little button here that says assign more, and I can add my property or my location, save. This is kind of my last idea, so hopefully this works. Let's go back to reports, profit and loss, properties, run report. God damn it. I'm gonna try editing it again, and this time I'm adding the account as Bank of America account. I think I'm gonna sleep on this, take a little nap. I will figure this out when I wake up.
3 hours later.
I'm thinking maybe nothing changed on here because it's already a categorized transaction. So if I take it off and I put it, if I hit this undo button, I think it'll put it in like the for review tab. So now I gotta go in here. And if I categorize it, so it's going to be under this. Now it's in the system after I set up this location thing. Let's take a look at the reports. Still nothing. Let's freaking go, dude. Okay, I just watched another YouTube video where this guy was putting in like journal entries. I have to hit the new and then new journal entry. And if I go into this Bank of America account, I'm gonna debit $1543.79. Put it as Airbnb, I guess. I'm gonna credit the same amount under Airbnb, and then this one will go to house 3. I have no idea where that journal entry went. This is definitely not the way I want to do it, but let me just see if it worked. So we'll run the profit loss. Still didn't even work, so journal entries are not it either. Okay. There must be a way. There must be a way. It's wild to me. QuickBooks, such like a respected accounting software, but you can't separate accounts on a profit loss report. I'm sure you can separate them somehow, but there's no like easy way. You can't just say, I want all the information from this bank account. I want all the information from this bank account. Okay, this one's saying to do a report by transaction count report. I don't know what that did. Let me try it one more time. I'm gonna undo it. I just want to do it a little bit in a different way. So now it's back in my full review thing. I'm just gonna match it to this journal entry. Check the report again. Nothing. Alright. It will only show expenses and income. So it seems like it's not seeing this as income. Okay, so the only thing under the income tab is this house 1 revenue stuff for like $6,000. So let's go in and check out our house 1 and see why that's showing up as revenue. Okay, this one says to go to the settings and then chart of accounts. Maybe I make a new one or something? I don't think that's it, no. So I just want to see if I can just make literally anything, any sort of income pop up on the profit and loss report. I'm going to go to new bank deposit. We're going to put it on house 3, sure. I'm just going to say received from Airbnb into, wait a minute. Here's our little house 1 revenue thing, and it's the only one there, and that's the only one we saw in the profit loss report. Now hold the phone. Maybe, now I'm gonna have very low expectations this time. I come into this thing. Okay, so rather than this going into a house 3 revenue that's a bank, we're gonna add new income. Airbnb payouts. Primary income, I guess. So it's in other primary income, and it should show up on this property. So we'll save it and see if it'll show up. Oh my god! It's there! Oh! Holy fuck, man. It's 8 p.m. I started doing this at 10 a.m. Well, I took a 3-hour nap. I didn't work the entire time, but so it's showing up if I report it as income. So I was reporting it as a bank. I don't know. I don't really know. I want to change this house 3 revenue to be income and not a bank. So I was on this bank transactions, the categorized to see all my stuff, and then I just hit this chart of accounts tab here, and I'm going to filter just so I can find it HAUS, which is all the houses. So the 3 houses here. So house 3, I'm going to edit. We're going to make it income. May affect your accounting and reporting? Yes, I do want it to affect that. Detail type, this is going to be other primary income. Awesome, so that's now income. House 2 revenue is going to also change. I'm going to make it income, other primary income. I'm just going to test something real quick. I'm going to undo this so it's uncategorized. I want to see if it took it off of the report. I'm hoping it did. Okay, amazing, it took it off. Okay, so it's only gonna report it if it's categorized, which is what I want because I want certain things to not show up, like bank transfers. Like I don't want that to show up on the report. So I gotta categorize it. But what I want to do is this will go into house 3 revenue. So if I just do it like that, it'll go back into there as house 3 revenue, which is what I want. But I want to see if I can do this in a batch. So maybe I go in and pull another one out to uncategorized. What happens if I just select 2 of the income things here? Let's select Airbnb payments, edit. This will go into, we have house 3 income, yep. Type of transaction, deposit. Gotta make sure we select the property so it shows up as a house 3. Save it. Which one was that? That was 1273 and 962. So probably like $2,200 hopefully will show up on the report. Yeah, $2,200. Okay, fantastic. So I don't have to put everything into the uncategorized. I just have to edit everything that is a deposit to be under the house 3 income and also the house 3 location. Now, that's only gonna fix the stuff that's already there. I'm hoping for future, like as these bank accounts receive more money and take out more money, I'm hoping that I can fix these in the rules. So if we go to like the rules section over here, Airbnb payments house 3. Let's edit this rule. Category house 3 revenue. It was already there as house 3 revenue. It's just now an income thing, so I didn't have to change anything. And then the property is going to be house 3. So hopefully as, I have no way of like trying this out, but hopefully as more money comes in, it will automatically go into the report. So I don't have to constantly, manually update every single transaction that goes through here. Exciting stuff. Okay, so now that we've figured out the bulk of it, let's go through all of our bank transactions and edit all the expenses and all of the income transactions. This is a check. I'm just going to ignore some of these right now. And I'm also going to ignore bank transfers because that has nothing to do with income or expenses. So let's just do all of our Airbnb payments right now, and then we'll go back through and do all of the expenses. All right, I've selected $37,286 worth of Airbnb payments. I'm gonna edit them. House 3 revenue, property, house 3. So 37,000, so that means with the other 2,200 already in there, it'll be pretty close to $40,000. Now, let's go through all of our expenses. So anything here that says the word expense, I'm gonna hit check. Okay, selected all my expenses. We have minus $70,000, house 3 and house 3. So this account went plus roughly 40,000 and minus 70,000. So on the report, we should see something of about negative $40,000. Okay, that didn't work at all. Oh, you know why? It's because I put it as revenue. Ah, shit. Can I undo all that? Okay, let me just go specifically by the description. So I'm gonna take these Ebmon things. We're gonna make this house 3. So this should show like minus $2,800 in expenses. I'm not sure why it's only showing $1,000 in expenses. I actually do know why it's not showing me everything, because this stuff is all 2023, which I wasn't showing on the report. Okay, so we take all of our Pacific Gas and Electric, gonna be an expense. Utilities, house 3 property. So if we go to our reports, we make it by properties. Let's do all dates. So for house 3, we've got negative 27,000 on income because I'm an idiot and I recorded the utilities as income. So I'll have to, yeah, it's just gonna take some fixing. I'll get it. Regardless, I think y'all get the gist. It's gonna take me a little bit to actually go through and individually make sure everything is either an expense or income or neither, which would usually be like banking transfers that I don't want to record into the report because it'll screw up the profit loss ratio. I'm not an accountant. I just had a friend who wanted me to figure out why her numbers weren't adding up. And I thought it would be a good opportunity to learn QuickBooks. I feel like it's something a lot of people use, and you never know, it might come in handy one day. So yeah, as I do this, I'll probably understand it a little bit more, so just drop a comment if there's anything you felt like was confusing, because I'm not the best at explaining things. Or if there's something I just straight up missed out on, I might have jumped over because I've been recording for 9 hours. I definitely understand why people pay accountants a lot of money to do this shit for them, because this is mind-numbingly boring. Okay, have a good night. Goodbye.